Hey everyone, Schmitty B Gaming, and we're back here with NCAA Football 25 with the conferences by time zone. So I'll review them. I changed them a little bit since I think they needed a change. So the American, that's going to be the East Coast, like the northern part. It's pretty much the MAC conference with like Army, Navy, and Temple, and then Marshall back in there. ACC is going to be that northern part of the East Coast. So teams that are in there already, like Boston College, Syracuse, and then a lot of the Big Ten teams: Michigan, Michigan State, Indiana, Ohio State, Penn State. I threw UConn in there as well. The Big Ten, those are going to be the 10 most northern teams in the Central Time Zone that are major. So a lot of the Big Ten: Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, and then a few from the Big 12 like Kansas, Iowa State, um, Kansas State. Missouri's in there from the SEC. The Big 12, these were the major conferences in the Southern time zone. Uh, so we got Alabama moving here, Arkansas, a lot of SEC teams, LSU, Oklahoma, and Texas back in. And then I kept some teams: TCU, Oklahoma State, Baylor. Conference USA. So I changed this one a little bit. I had Texas teams, but then I decided to put kind of more the original Conference USA teams like Houston and Memphis, Tulane, Southern Miss, Tulsa, and then I threw some of these like better Texas teams. Of course, like Texas San Antonio is in here, Texas State, Independent Hawaii, since they're the only one that's not in the four major time zones of the USA. The MAC will be a lot of Sun Belt teams: Troy, Monroe. I threw UNB over there. Just makes sense geography. And then the only one that was odd was Northern Illinois because they're not in the East time zone. They're in the Central, and there wasn't really anywhere else to put them, so they're here in the MAC. Mountain West, that's going to be the Central time zone. A lot of Mountain West teams like Air Force, Boise State, and then move some big 12 teams over: Arizona, Arizona State, BYU, and Utah join the Mountain West. Uh, and then we got the Pac-12. Uh, what's left of the Mountain West: San Diego State, Fresno State, and then the original Pac-12 teams like Oregon, Washington, UCLA, USC. So yeah, everyone in the Western Pacific time zone. SEC, the major teams that are on the East Coast, the southern part. Clemson moved over, Duke, and then staying here, Florida. Um, Mostly, oh yeah, Georgia State too. So yeah, Florida State moving over. Moved Louisville. I moved Louisville and Kentucky over. They were originally in the ACC. I just wanted to even out the conferences. I'm 16 each. And then the Sun Belt, East Coast, southern part. Uh, East East Carolina moving over. I moved the Virginia teams over to James Madison, Liberty. Um, got South Florida in here, Florida Atlantic, Appalachian State stays. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and simulate at least 2 seasons of this. So I'll go ahead and get started. So we are at the end of the season. I simulated to the national championship game. So Michigan is in it. They won the ACC. West Virginia had a really good year. Wow. Let's take a look at the American. Army on top with Marshall and Temple. Big 12, Alabama. Uh, Quite a few ranked teams. But yeah, Alabama was by far the best. Big 10, we got Missouri on top. Kansas over here too. I realize the schedules are messed up, I think, the first season because of the conference alignment. They kind of keep their regular schedule. Oh, wow. Texas State was really good. 13-2. Memphis was ranked as well. Hawaii did all right, 7-6 as an independent. The MAC, Louisiana won the conference. Middle Tennessee was good too. Mountain West, a lot of ranked teams. Boise State at top. Arizona. BYU was undefeated in conference, but didn't have the best record. Utah up there in the top 10 as well. The Pac-12, I saw Oregon was in the national championship game against Michigan. USC had a good year. Washington had a good year. SEC, we got Florida up top. Quite a few ranked teams: Miami, Clemson, and Tennessee. Oh wow, Georgia did bad. I think they were like, weren't they ranked first before the season? Oh wow, lost 5 games, not ranked. And then the Sun Belt, James Madison wins that conference, 11-3. Good. Wow, how come they played so many games? I don't know. Interesting. So we'll go ahead over and see. Let's take a look at the top 25. Got Michigan, Alabama, Oregon. West Virginia's a surprise. Yeah. I know USC did a lot better than they did in real life, too. Texas State, that's the odd one up there. That's interesting. Oh, they made the playoff. Oh, wow. They lost a close game to Michigan. That's interesting. Let's go ahead over to the championship game. And I'll pull up the playoff if I can find it. So I was able to find the college football playoff bracket. So yeah, West Virginia had a surprise good year. I guess Florida as well. Texas State getting a 4 seed. That's interesting. Utah beats Ohio State. Washington beat Tennessee. Miami beat USC. Oh wow. Alabama advanced. Oregon. Texas State beat Florida. Wow. That's crazy. And then they almost beat Michigan. Unbelievable. Alabama loses to Oregon. So let's go ahead, simulate the championship. And it was Oregon that came on top, 31-24 over Michigan. We'll go ahead and advance to season 2. So we are here at the start of season 2, and Alabama is at top of the preseason rankings, followed by Florida, Michigan State, Oregon, and Texas A&M. Fill out the top 5. West Virginia is ranked high. Any surprise teams over here? Oh, no Texas State. We'll see if they can have similar success. I'll go ahead and sim to the bowl games. So here are the standings at the end of the year. So what's good is there are a lot more conference games. The schedules are more realistic. Pittsburgh wins the ACC surprisingly over Notre Dame and Ohio State and Penn State. Michigan State at the bottom. Guess kind of surprising. But yeah, Pittsburgh winning, that's a surprise. The American, we have Navy up top. Yep, against mostly the former MAC teams. Big 12, we got Texas A&M as a number 2 rank, winning this conference. Oh, they didn't have as many conference games. Alabama was down more. Oklahoma was good this year. Big 10, we got Nebraska winning. Kansas State up here as well. Yeah, the teams that are ranked were ranked high here. Conference USA, we have Rice winning with a losing record. Even though Tulane's ranked, they were undefeated. Texas State could not quite have the success they did last year. Hawaii below average this year, independent. Arkansas State wins the MAC over Louisiana. Arizona with the Mountain West Conference. Got Boise State ranked as well. Utah wasn't as good. Oregon wins the Pac-12, but they did have 3 losses. USC was really good, but they had 3 losses too, but ranked number 3. Washington ranked as well. Georgia has a bounce back year. They are the number 1 ranked team, go undefeated in the SEC. Clemson had a really good year. Miami ranked 14. Got quite a few ranked teams here. And then in the Sun Belt, Liberty wins 12-2. We'll go ahead and take a look at the college football playoff. So we got Nebraska, USC, Kansas State, Alabama, Illinois, surprisingly, Oklahoma, Penn State, and Clemson. And then Georgia, Arizona, Texas A&M, Pittsburgh had buys. Surprisingly, Pittsburgh, good year. They got eliminated right away, though. And surprisingly, Arizona makes the championship game against Georgia. So I'll go ahead and simulate that game and see what happens. And Georgia comes out on top, 34-17. So that will do it for this video. If you want me to continue the simulation with this, I will put it in the comments. Otherwise, if you want me to do a different conference alignment, do a different sim with that, I'll just see what the people want, and stay tuned soon for another college football 25 video. All right, thank you. Schmitty B Gaming. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you.